Hey all, this is Ursh, and welcome to the inaugural episode of our battle for the Nile, starring Piye of Nubia. Or I would read it as Piye, but they pronounce it as Piye, so whoever knows that, you can correct me. But we are playing Nubia. We are playing, just to explain what we're doing here, so I know we talked a lot of things about the prologue, but just so you understand, we're using a waterway exploration map. It's off of the workshop. We're using TacTurns Epic speed, which means building is standard, everything else is epic speed rather than marathon. And we are also using the Enlightenment Era mod, so it'll drag, not only drag, but extend the eras that way without necessarily dragging out the research too far. Additionally, we have 3 major waterways, which widths are narrow to simulate the Nile Delta, and we'll be jumping around, jumping across them, and fighting our foes wherever they can be found on one side of the isle or the other. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be very exciting. But that's how it's going. Mods that we're using. So obviously we're using all the civs that we talked about, and they're going to be in the description, of course. But we're using Enlightenment Era mod, Events and Decisions. We're using Mercenary Arm Expanded because we like that. More Luxuries, more Pantheon. Special Forces Upgrade for Marine, because that's been working pretty well for us too. TacTurns is the thing that is changing our technological spacing and all that, and letting the Enlightenment Era fit in there as well. And of course, the waterway exploration map. Difficulty is Immortal. For now, next series, we're making it up to Deity, honestly. If things are going as well as they continue to go, we seem to be doing pretty well on these, so I'm feeling more confident, kind of cool, kind of confident about that. Anyways, let's rock and roll. Yeah? Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's settle this. This looks like a pretty good spot. We've got perfume, we got jade, 2 sources of jade, we got sheep, we got stone. There's even a lake, which is nice. And a mountain over here. I would settle here potentially, but I don't know. The value of that could be limited, honestly, sitting on the stone or whatever. I mean, it'd be nice to have an observatory, but I also definitely want a coastal city, because this is coast and not the lake. So I kind of need to do this. A bombardment area from the lake, too. It'll be pretty interesting. Interesting start, I think. And remember, we also, I didn't discuss this, we set the climate to arid, so we would have more of a Nile-ish setting. There'll be more deserts, there'll be more plains and stuff, than rather than just pure fertile grasslands, things of that nature. We're going to start probably, given our luxuries, and we also want to get in the water quickly. And this one to start exploring. I think I'm going to go pottery sailing, so we can get the perfume up and running. They'll probably go mining at some point. So let me open up pottery and go from there. And see, the city growth is now epic pace too, not just the research. So 12 turns for Meroa, even though it's on a really good tile. Normally it'd be like 8 or so with the 2 food tiles, so things are slowed down a little bit in that sense as well. We might have the runaway situations we kind of had last game. But anyway, I digress. Let's see how this one works out. It's an interesting attempt to simulate this in a not quite historically accurate way, but for fun, because we like alternate history here, don't we? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's see. Alright. Onward, onward, onward. And nothing much here. We don't seem to have any immediate neighbors, which is good. I mean, or I just haven't met them yet, I suppose. They could be just around the corner. Just around the river bend. Hey, crabs! Oh, maybe I should have... I could have dropped a city here, actually. It would have still been okay. Is this the edge of the map here? Or are we... there we go. I was wondering why I haven't found any single ruin yet. Seemed kind of weird. Oh, and I find 2 this turn. Go figure. Watch, one gives me pop, one gives me pottery. You know, not the worst thing in the world, I guess, with extended turns. Yeah, there's pop. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Oh, no, 34 culture. All right, the culture costs are going to be higher, too, because of the epic turns. So, adopt tradition. Yes, please. And let's go with... probably keep growing at this point. Let's build a monument out, and then we'll figure out what to do after that. All right, but we got some culture. We want to open up tradition for now, and then we'll see. I like the border growth from tradition, but we'll see which way we have to go if we go some crazy other way with policies. But this is going to be a tighter map. There are 10 civs on here. I decided to add good old Ramses in here because ain't nothing like a packed map to make you feel better about yourself. It'll be fun with a capital P, but it'll be fun. And let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met anyone yet, so maybe the spawning got a little weird here. I'm not entirely certain. Last time I tested this map, and I tested it pretty extensively, so I kind of know what to... Ooh, free unique archer unit with siege. Yes, please. I might take out this barbarian camp while I'm at it, but there's salt right here, which is huge. I definitely want a city over here on the river with the salt. That'd be really strong. That'd be so strong. Oh my god. So strong. What else do we have? Let's see out here. Nothing much here. Let's see, what is this gonna give me? Another pop. Wow, we're just spamming through the pop like crazy. We can start knocking out a settler now at this rate with some reasonable amount of speed, I think. I would like a worker, but if I can steal it from a city-state, I'd like that better. We're still rolling on 16 city-states, which is kind of the, I guess, 8 civ standard suggested number for city-states. You know, we got someone found a Pantheon already. My guess it may be Akhenaten, but we'll see. He likes his Atenism. 20 turns for settler. Remember, everything is slowed down here to epic pace, so things are going to be a little slower than you would think for building-wise, because even with the marathon historic eras, everything was normal, including growth, so that's why our cities got so huge, and the snowball effect was real at that point. Alright, so we'll see how this one plays out. Maybe it'll be a little more balanced. I'm curious. I really am curious to see how this works out. Ooh, another ruin. Well, we're just spamming these up. Where is everybody? We have this little, like, islet to ourselves. We're in the north, obviously, because otherwise our warrior would be seeing more of the map. And we're next to a major waterway. There's a map down here that shows me silver, a mountain, and some sheep. Well, once we get optics, we may want to get our way over there at some point. Looks like there's a bunch of good city locations that we could try and exploit, which I do intend to exploit with a quickness. But I do want to make sure I have my warrior back and safe and sound, because there are barbarians hanging around. There are quite a number of them, it would seem, and I'm pretty sure they're going to start hitting our capitals. Ooh, and even some truffles. There may be another good city location there. So let's say, this is definitely one, that's another one. We're going to have to start settling up here, too. There's no really unique luxes here, though. There's more perfume and more jade, which is not going to help us altogether too much from a luxury standpoint, but it's probably worth settling a city here just to fill out our little continent here. I'm kind of curious if there's another unique lux down in that direction. That, I think, would be interesting to me to find out. Let's see. Alright. Oh, hi there, buddy. You're getting whooped. Oh, by a city-state. There's a ruin right there? Oh, there is a ruin there. I would never have guessed that didn't come up. That is fascinating. Well, we met our first city-state, and that may be our first worker steal if we're lucky. Not entirely certain, though. This is kind of a weird, isolated start, which is nice. It makes me think now, this policy is going to be interesting, because I see definitely 1, 2 cities that I want to settle because of the luxes. And I settle a 4th one, let's say here, to take up the space and get the jade for trading and still get the lake, probably somewhere around there, maybe. Do I see myself settling a 5th? Yeah, I don't think hitting Liberty right now is the most important thing. It's probably going to be tight, too. We're going to see other civs. We're not going to have that much room to settle up. So I'm thinking is I'll continue with tradition for now, unless I see another lux right here. It'd be funny if I do this on tradition and then just completely regret it next turn, but we'll see. But I'm thinking, yeah, if we settle a city up here by the salt, settle something down here by the truffles, I mean, there may be room for another one up here that might be half decent. I don't like pushing them up against the map too much, though, so I'll probably just break them up like that. I don't know. I think we're going to continue with tradition, though, for now. I mean, it's always a strong start, absent something else. If we really need to jump over, we'll jump over, but we'll see. For now, I think I'm okay sticking with what I've been doing. It'll be just fine, I do believe. Well, hi there, Archer. Nice to meet you, too. Oh, hi, Quebec City. Oh, someone else met you already. Do we have another civ up here that I didn't know about? Interesting. Okay. I'm going to hit sailing real quick here. I do want to get triremes out and start meeting people out in the water and doing all that good stuff. Oh, he got the salt. Okay, so I'm definitely glad we went tradition because, yeah, then we're going to pretty much just settle here for the truffle. There'll be 2 cities, a 3rd one up here probably, but there's not a lot of unique luxes. Kind of unfortunate. If we extend to the crab at some point, maybe General Bombing or something, we'll be okay. I don't know, I gotta think about that. Really gotta think about that. What is this? This is Buenos Aires, which we are the first ones to meet. So this little continent got a little smaller. I didn't realize Quebec City was up there, which definitely changes the calculus a little bit on which way I want to go and how. But I'm definitely going to want to move eastward. Definitely going to want to move eastward on all of this. Let's go here and shoot him. Get rid of him. So we don't have that problem anymore. And, ooh, okay, so yeah, they're still there. We got rep with Quebec. That was nice. I guess the Quebecois like us just a little bit better now, which is good. This is very good. What can we do? And we got a promotion. Bloody brilliant. This looks like some pretty rough terrain. I'm going to keep the archer on rough for now. Even though fighting into the water is open terrain, yes, of course. But there's some rough terrain everywhere else, so, you know, we got to kind of make that decision at some point. We got to make that call, babe. We got to make that call. We gonna make it. Alright, what else we got? Not much there to see. So now is the question, is there any other unique luxuries up here that I need to think about while settling? Because I would really like the truffles. I'm thinking here too, so maybe get the stone. That would be amazing. That would be amazing, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just settle one city up here. So yeah, tradition definitely the best choice here. And then if we need to settle another really good spot, we can always just crank out another settler. And 5 is not, you know, bad for tradition either. It's just a little different. Okay, it looks like there's no other unique luxes here, except for the ones that we see. The crabs are kind of be a little well-fed people. We are the least well-fed. How sad is that? Mainly because we're building a settler, I think, so it might bias the numbers just a tad. Just a tad. Let's see. So like this and like that. And we're going to watch the settler. We're going to probably move east with him and go for the truffles first. I think a unique lux would be most important, especially if there's, like I said, someone met Quebec City. They may be right over here. They get optics early. They may be able to settle this first. So I want to kind of jump in here. And maybe, if we're lucky, we may even extend to the silver. That'd be pretty interesting, I think. So we'll see how that ends up going. Alright, and we have a settler escort. I guess we could just shoot this archer around and start dealing with the camp while we walk by, so we have less of a problem. Looks like our little islet has been explored already. I suppose now is a good time as any to get the trireme mountain, which I'm glad I'm going for sailing right now. That's kind of important. Alright, why don't you heal up for a second? Actually, why don't you heal up here for a second? Cause reasons. Mainly because it saves me money. I'm only making 2 gold a turn right now, so understandably so, it may be an issue. Let's go this way with the settler. And yeah, I'm probably going to go right there. Good idea, computer. That's exactly where I want to go. And you see, thanks to our EUI, we have a little bit more vision on where we want to go. Bloody brilliant, that. Alright, starvation. Yeah, we don't want to starve, so let's fix that. 2 food, and here. Alright, settler is done. Let's crank out a shrine? Maybe. There's going to be some really strong, wow, doggy angry at something. There's going to be some strong religious civs this game, but I do think the shrine would be useful regardless. Just even for a little early boost of Pantheon, that wouldn't be bad, until we can build a ship at least. We got 11 turns to research. I'm going to kick a granary in there too. I don't know why I shrunk that down. We kick a granary first. Yeah, that'll get fattest production anyway. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. Then we could probably work the mine tiles and it'll be even easier. Alright, let's go. Let's go. You're already healed, but stay there, I guess, until we send another settler out. That makes sense to me. Come on, then! Let's see. I'm kind of sad we haven't met anybody yet. I didn't expect an isolated start. That was kind of weird. But sometimes that happens. We got caught on the edge, the very bleeding edge. Which encampment do you target? That one? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We could probably take care of that for them. Let's see if I can get my archer to take care of that for them. A little rep with a cultural city-state? Yeah, cultural city-state. That'd be nice. That'd be awfully nice. I like this. I like this a lot. And Quebec City targets that one. Okay, so we're going to be doing some encampment targeting, getting some good rep with our city-states. Yeah, I think here's still the best choice. Hits me that, it gets me the stone, and it gives me more land over here to control. I think that's really good. Yeah, maybe a little bit of space here. We're going to have to drop a city. I don't know at this point where I would drop it. I was thinking over here to control this space a little bit, as you see, with the 3 expansion, but I don't know. This would probably be the best spot. And then we just eventually just expand the entire continent if need be. Alright, we'll figure that out as the game goes on. For now, though, I want some culture. So I'm going to jump over and take care of Buenos Aires' little barbarian problem for them. Okay? Capiche, capiche. Let's go. Hey, new policy. Legalism. All right. Beautiful. So we will get free monuments in this newly settled city. Just something I always love. And there is a bloody archer. Oh, God. It's going to start hurting after a while, isn't it? We're going to escort him around the bloody archer. That's okay. We'll get there in time. We should be able to hold off for 3-4 turns and get the settler down. And then we have defenses. Then we have defense. I was going to steal a worker from Buenos Aires, but I think I want the culture. I might steal one from Quebec City instead. That may be the wiser choice in the end. There's a camp right there. That's why that guy came from. I didn't realize there was a camp there. That might have changed my strategy just a tick, but it's alright. Alright, let's go next turn. I hope this is going to be okay. Be a little tight, I think, on the damage. Holy crap, now it's going to be really tight on the damage. Not entirely certain I'll be able to get through this. No, not another barbarian. No, no, no. Oh my god, we're alive. They can't actually get to me. I lost the warrior, but they can't actually capture me this turn. Thank heavens that is the case. Man. Man. Alright, that was awfully close for losing that settler, honestly. Awfully close. On the upshot, now we get to kick his ass, so yay! We need to get archery at some point as well. The granary will come. And we're a little negative on happiness right now, so production is probably more important than anything else. And then when we get sailing, we'll be okay. We're still kind of growing here. I want to more or less keep that. We do need to get a Lux Tech after this. Probably going to go for Calendar. Because we are otherwise going to be very shy in luxuries in the very, very near future. The happiness will even itself out once we finish up the issue with tradition. But for now, looks like we are under attack. Massive attack on Napata. Scary stuff. Scary stuff, that. Oy, 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 oy. Let's go here. And see what happens. I don't know, this is going to be a little fuzzy. The different pacing is kind of screwing with me because I kind of thought we'd be okay on happiness, the usual pace. But it is indeed not the case now. Let's keep pinging you then, because you apparently are going to be going after my archer in a second. We're going to knock this guy down. We may take refuge in Buenos Aires if we're lucky. Technological breakthrough. Let's see if we can't really crank this one out. Well, even 8 signs is a whole turn. Kind of feel like I don't want to miss the opportunity. Let's do that. Let's do the 8. Let's do it safe. Maybe if it was less important, I probably would do something differently. But in this case, it's a little scary. Is this a hill? This is a hill, though. I may piss off Buenos Aires a little bit. No, they want me to kill Barbarian, so now we don't get a penalty for walking in them. So I might get even another bonus with them for seeing the Barbarian move in. If we're lucky, they'll capture the worker, and it'll be pretty cool. But it looks like that might not happen. And Napata can fire by an enemy. Yeah, we got a lot of Barbarian issues here. We do have to get archery at some point. We need to get a lot of things, actually, to make this feasible. Our military consists of 1 scout archer. Now, scout archers are great and all. I'm not going to say no to those, but we could use a little more. I'm going to trireme out, though. I was exploring the seas a little bit before these guys start spawning ships, then we're in real trouble. I kind of feel like I need a warrior after this, too. Even though, I mean, archery's not going to come fast enough, I think, for me. But it may come at some point. What is this? Another Pantheon? Alright. Oh, how many faith do we need? We need 40 faith for the next Pantheon. Good God. It's going to be a lot of faith. We'll see if that'll happen. I don't even know. At this point, it's going to be feasible. But we'll try. We'll try. That's why I built that shrine, after all. See if we can get us a Pantheon. See if we can get us a Pantheon. Yeehaw! City-states, Baker's man. Come on, what's going on? There we go. That was a really long city-state turn for some reason. Not entirely certain why. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. Hey, buddy. We're going to keep cranking these guys out, though. I'll get at least a warrior, maybe even a scout at this point to take this thing out. Because the scout at least can be useful exploring other territory later. Holy crap, how did you spawn 2? That's just childish, man. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Spawned 2 barbarians in 1 turn. Maybe they didn't spawn 2 in 1 turn. Maybe they just spawned it in a weird way, but that was really odd. Just when you think you've got them taken care of, they just keep cranking out. See, this way I thought we were growing. Now we can leave it on production until we get happiness somehow. But we'll get there. For now, we're just trying to help out Buenos Aires with its dude problem, I guess. Most progressive people. Us! Hey, we're doing pretty good with social policies. Woo! Pate. Pate indeed. Now I'll call you guys later. I think I have to call it there. Real life beggins, but I will see you next time for the continuing episodes of the Battle for the Nile. I've been Urs. Till then.